Hey, what's up, investors? Hope you had a very Merry Christmas. Like I mentioned in my last video, today I'm going to be diving into kind of the nuts and bolts of my first Airbnb that I just got set up. It is up and running. It's been up for about 40 days. We have 12 bookings so far, most of the weekends all the way through the month of April. So I want to kind of run through the numbers a little bit on what that looks like. So I'm going to attach a form here that has all of the expenses that went into the actual furnishing of the Airbnb. So the situation for mine was a little bit unique. It came fully furnished, but all of the stuff was pretty dated. It wasn't cohesive. It wasn't the vibe we were looking for. We wanted something that was going to be pretty nice and have appeal to a lot of people. So we got rid of almost everything in there. Actually, I think it was actually everything. And we brought all new stuff in, new bed frames, new beds. We did keep one of the beds because it was in good shape. We got rid of the couch, table. We got all new kitchen appliances, or not the appliances, but like the little toasters and things like that, coffee maker, as well as silverware, glasses, things like that. So there's kind of mismatched Goodwill glasses and things like that. So we actually just got rid of all of it, donated all of it, and refurnished it. So our total cost to furnish everything top to bottom, so it's a 2-bed, 1-bath. It's about 1,200 square feet. And this was couches, beds, everything. We were about $14,000 into the cost of furnishing it. So a lot of that expense came from our table was a couple $1,000, and then our couch was a couple $1,000, and then the bed frame in the master bedroom was I think about $1,500 or $2,000. So those are kind of huge accent pieces that we wanted to be kind of extraordinary quality. So we have a really nice couch, has a big pull-out bed as well. The table is super nice, really high quality, definitely a highlight piece of the space. And then the bed frame in the master bedroom is this really nice leather luxury feeling bed frame headboard setup. So those three things we thought would be worth spending the extra money on. Everything else is kind of mid-quality to high-quality type stuff. So we got silverware at Target. We were able to get a couple couches or a couple chairs used. We got rugs just from Amazon. So skimped in some things, but went kind of extravagant in other things that we knew could be selling features of the property. So altogether, we're about $14,000 into it. We did pay a designer about $2,000 to come and design the whole thing. So with that, she picked everything. She found really good deals on some of the stuff, so she saved us some money there. And it was completely headache-free. So all of the boxes just started showing up at my house, literally filled up my whole third-car garage stall with boxes of this, that, and the other thing. We still have a couch in there because we haven't brought it over there yet. But yeah, that filled it up very quickly. But she did all of that, and all we had to do was bring it over there, and then we helped set it up. I hired a bunch of people to come and set it up. So that was the cost of furnishing it. Other expenses that went into it, we repainted the whole thing. That was maybe $1,500. We hired that out with some just handyman type people that we know who were able to get in there and paint. So that was about $1,500 between paint and the supplies. We didn't do the floors. We didn't remodel anything. It was pretty good to go other than needing a fresh coat of paint. So altogether, between the furnishing, the design consultant, and the painting, we were about $17,500 into getting it all the way ready to go. So the cost for the middle unit, so it's a 3-unit. It was I think $939 that we paid for it. So each unit's going to be about $310,000, which is a pretty comparable. It's a reasonably priced 2-bedroom, 1-bath house in a good neighborhood. So it's kind of how we figured the numbers. So we obviously got a loan in that, so we had the down payment that we needed a 25% down on it. Obviously, it was the whole 3, but just looking at the 1 unit, our cost for that unit per month is going to be right around $1,500, $1,600 $1,800 between the mortgage and the utilities. So we're sharing Wi-Fi on all three, so we don't have to pay for that 3 times. We're sharing a water bill, and then electricity is billed separately between each of the 3 units. But the upper ones don't really use a whole lot because the heat rises and warms the floors, and so you don't need a whole lot of extra utility expenses either. So right now we have 12 bookings. Our first booking was for $1,800 and it was for a whole month. Someone else booked for another week following that, and then we have almost every weekend booked all the way through January. We have a couple opening in February, and then March and April, pretty much every weekend is booked. So we did a 2-night minimum stay. I think we may increase that to 3 nights as we get into the summer, and we're averaging anywhere from 88 to about 100, 110 per night on each of the stays. So we're trying to figure out what to do with that middle time. So like the Tuesday through Friday is open like almost every week. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to lower the price, give a discounted rate for that, and just fill them. As it is with just the weekends booked, we're going to be bringing in about $1,400–1,600 a month, depending on the month. So that's going to be enough to get close to breaking even or have a small positive cash flow, but until we get the whole middle of the month booked, it's going to be a little bit slower. So some of the things that go into that sort of the setup, first of all, you need to create an Airbnb account, and when you start that, you're not going to have reviews, and so that's going to be a big hindrance for getting some of those bookings at first. You're going to have discounted rates. You're going to give an incentive for the first 2 people that book, but once you kind of get that rolling, I've heard it kind of just is self-sustaining, and as you get reviews, you get the superhost status over a couple months, and then you start becoming one of their top search results. So we'll see how the rest of that plays out. At this point, it has not been a tremendous cash cow, but we have not really lost money on it. We do have a bunch of nice furniture that we spent some money on, but the tenant that was in there was really great. She checked out last night. The new one checked in today. We are going to get cleaners that are going to kind of handle all of the turn. There's communication that goes into it, so we're talking to the tenants and making sure they have everything they need. There's no concerns. We did have one of the tenants say that the lower tenant had a smoke alarm go off in the middle of the night. So they let us know about that, which we can't do anything about that, but at least we know now that that could be an issue. So I'm kind of tracking things as we're going, and overall it's been going well. So for those of you who are interested in diving into the numbers more, or seeing what it could look like to start in Airbnb, that's kind of a decent place to start. I'll also include the breakdown like I mentioned, and then if you have any other questions about what it could look like to invest in an Airbnb, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be happy to chat with you. Feel free to give me a call anytime. Thanks.